Hi, I hope you guys are doing good. It's currently 1 a.m. and there's something that's been sitting on my mind that I feel like I should talk about, mostly because I need to hear it myself, and that's why I'm making this video. But I feel like a lot of us Christians could hear this message. This is mostly for myself. We need accountability. This is what I'm doing. Before you judge another Christian, check your heart. Because sometimes what we call discernment is actually pride or insecurity in disguise. Why do we judge other Christians? If we're being honest, Christians are really good at judging other Christians. We judge how they dress, how they speak, how radical or not radical enough they are about their faith. But most of the time, judgment doesn't come from holiness, it comes from comparison. When someone lives their faith differently than we do, it confronts us. Well, I speak for myself. And instead of asking, why does this bother me? We like to point the finger. And I feel like judgment is often a defense mechanism. It keeps us from looking inward. Jesus says in Matthew 7:3, why do you look at the speck in your brother's eye, but fail to notice the plank in your own? Jesus said it, not me. Jesus. Notice what he doesn't say. He doesn't say, ignore sin forever. He says, check yourself first. And that's really important, broski. Because when your heart isn't clean, your correction won't be either. Who are you? Unhealed hearts don't correct with love. They correct from a place of superiority, a place of ego. And sometimes I say, let me take accountability. Sometimes I say, I'm not judging. I'm just being honest. But honesty without love is still harm. I'm saying this out of love. But if love isn't felt on the other side, we need to pause. I'm just concerned. Sometimes judgment hides behind concern. I'm just worried about them can still come from control, not concern, not care. But here's the difference. Discernment and caring for others draws someone closer to God. Judgment pushes them away. Discernment is humble. Judgment is loud. Discernment is led by the Holy Spirit. Judgment is led by ego. And I like to ask myself those questions honestly. Does what I'm about to say come from love or from the need to feel right? Because being right has never been the goal. Being Christ-like is. And you're not going to make any decision on Judgment Day. So what are you trying to do? Paul says in Romans 14:4, who are you to judge someone else's servant? To their own master they stand or fall. To their own master. That isn't you. And that verse is humbling. It humbles me. It reminds us that you are not the Holy Spirit in someone else's life. God didn't assign you as their judge. He assigned you as their brother or sister. Correction without relationship becomes condemnation. Checking your heart actually sounds like, am I speaking from love or from frustration? Am I trying to restore or to expose? Would I say this the same way if Jesus was in the room? And most likely the answer is no, you wouldn't. Well, guess what? He is. So watch yourself. Sometimes the most spiritual thing that you can do is stay quiet and pray. This is not your battle, baby girl. Not every opinion needs a platform. Not every disagreement needs a comment section. But grace doesn't mean lowering your standards. It means raising compassion. And so, before you judge another Christian, remember this. Jesus didn't say they will know you by your arguments. What does your art say? They will know you by your love. Where is this love? So, this is your reminder to check your art again and again, because the world doesn't need Christians who are right. It needs more Christians who look like Jesus. And most of the time we are lacking completely. Kisses!